Solana in general has gone from a good blockchain to an amazing blockchain that everybody wants to be a part of, or at least most people want to be a part of. It's one of the fastest blockchains to actually utilize. It has a tremendous amount of throughput, and the transactions are basically free. There's a tiny, less than 1 penny is what the gas transactions cost as of today. So naturally, the fact that it has smart contracts enables makes it a very good ecosystem to start trading NFTs, because again, it's very fast and it's basically free to perform any of these exchanges on the blockchain itself. The NFT ecosystem in Solana has followed suit with the Solana blockchain itself, and that it's all going absolutely parabolic. It's absolutely going through the roof right now. So this begs the question, what are the big NFT projects that are on Solana? What are the ones that people should follow just to keep a pulse on the Solana NFT ecosystem? What are the ones that people are saying are the most desirable? That's what this video is all about. It's also going to talk about what makes a blue chip a blue chip. Let's get going. Yep, there is a Thugbirdz in this video over my shoulder, and we are going to be covering Thugbirdz in this video because it is, in my opinion, a Solana blue chip. So how can you tell what makes a good Thugbirdz and what makes it a blue chip in the first place? Well, we're actually going to end on Thugbirdz because they're one of the ones that's just now emerging and coming into play. We actually saw last night a major influencer join into the Thugbirdz community, join the flock, as they like to say. But what we're going to do first is we're going to talk about what are the major players that actually were here first and really shook up the Solana NFT ecosystem. Now, again, before I get going, none of this is financial advice. I'm just an average Joe off the street. I'm not telling you what you should do. I'm not telling you what's going to work for you. Your environment is your environment. You need to do your research and make sure you make the best decisions for you and your situation. Now, that being said, we're here to talk about Solana NFTs, so let's start off by talking about Solana Monkey Business. Now, also before I begin, I want to stress that I have no business affiliation with any of these projects I'm about to talk about. I am a holder of all of these projects. I was there, on day one when all of them launched, but none of them are paying me or rewarding me in any way to say any of these things. I'm speaking from the heart that I genuinely love them. So, Solana Monkey Business. This is where we're going to begin. Their website is solanamonkey.business. And the reason why we begin here is because solanamonkey.business was the first generative profile picture project. It was not the first NFT. It was not the first generative NFT on Solana's blockchain. But it was one of the first, or actually was the first, profile picture project. And I minted these. I was there on day one when they launched and minted them. I minted like 6 of them. In fact, if you were to jump over to Twitter and you check out a very popular influencer, KSI Crypto, and you see he's got a lot of Solana monkeys here, you see that skeleton right there? I minted that guy. I minted it. I think the mint price was 2 Sol around the time when Solana was trading for like 30 or 40 bucks. And I immediately sold that skeleton monkey for like 30 Sol. I mean, hindsight is 2020. I can now look back on that and say that was, a terrible decision. I should have had more conviction in my investment. But at the same time, that's a great flip. That's a more than 10x. So it's like a 15x flip within a couple hours of actually minting that skeleton monkey. But nonetheless, now that thing is worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, I'm sure. So anyways, this is where we start. You go to solanamonkey.business, and the place that you want to actually explore. You see, right now it's showing you how they were all pieced together. You see the random pieces coming up here on the side, and it's creating the monkey on the fly. That's how they were created. They sold out pretty quick. I mean, I feel like it was an hour or two it took to sell these things out, and I minted like 6 or 7 of them. Now, as of today, I only have 2. But they are the 2 that I love the most. One of them is particularly rare. One of them is particularly common, but I love the aesthetics of it. So what you want to do when you go here, if you want to just browse, you're going to click on the marketplace, you're going to click on Gen 2, and it's going to take you here. Now, this is kind of the landing page, and you just see a random assortment of monkeys by default. There are some ways that you can sort through them and filter through them. You can click on the filter drop down and choose like a skin or an attribute that you care about. or you can just sort from price low to high, and you can start at the floor and work your way up. So how do you know that this is a blue chip project? Well, first of all, being the first to do something is usually a good indicator that you've got a chance at success. And being the first profile picture project is pretty good. The second indicator here is that they're doing something unique. Nobody's done 8-bit monkeys, or at least to my knowledge, up until this point. Their artwork was unique here, and that was pretty cool. But most importantly, the Solana Monkey Business community is the most rampant and rabid fan base I have ever seen. Out of 5,000 monkeys in existence, this marketplace only has 744 available for sale at all. That's regardless of price. So if I were to actually sort some of these by price, I'm sure you'd find pretty quickly that, sure, they're for sale, but they're not really for sale, are they? So because they're listed for like 100 million SOL or something, which is like billions of dollars. So the point is that a good indicator about the strength of the community is that people don't want to leave the community. They're not even offering to leave the community by listing their monkey for sale. That's a really great indicator. In fact, another great indicator is that people are dying to get into the community. Well, how can you view that? Luckily for us, there is a fantastic contributor in the Solana ecosystem space, Crypto Waza. You should follow him on Twitter. I believe that is Crypto, W-A-Z-Z-A. And he's building up this website right now called solanafloor.com. If you're an NFT project and you have data that you would like to be analyzed on this website, hit him up, reach out to him, see what you can do. First of all, we see Solana Monkey Business here. We see that there are 1,825 unique holders. That's a pretty strong number. There's only 774 out of 5,000 listed. The floor price is 88 SOL, meaning the absolute cheapest that you can get in is 88 SOL, which, hang on, let me get my calculator at the time of today's trading. 88 SOL times roughly 140 bucks is $12,320 is what it's going to cost you to enter the club as of today. And the average sales price is 238 SOL. So now if I click show data, let's actually look at the trend of what Solana Monkey Business is doing over time. All right, so the number of listings is dropping right off the face of the planet. It's absolutely, well, I mean, this is obviously down here at 0. That's wrong. So this is probably the most correct number, and this is looking at it over a 1-week period. If I do a 1-month period, it doesn't really update. So there's probably a bug on the website. So, oh no, that might be just the most historic data that they have is only going back to September 11th. The number of owners is trending up. So the number of people who are buying their first monkey or their first couple monkeys is going up, and their likelihood of listing them is going down. More people are trying to enter the community than leave the community is a great way to look at this. Secondly is the floor price. The price of the monkeys is trending upwards. Another great indicator that it's becoming more scarce or more difficult to enter this community. So another great trend. And lastly is you can kind of look at the price distribution of the ones that are listed. It looks like the overwhelming majority of them are listed, sky high, over 500 SOL, or roughly over $125,000, or what that looks like. Now, when you see this metric right here, okay, what is this all about? Why is there someone that really has 1,304 monkeys? Not really. This could be the dev wallet, meaning the Solana Monkey wallet itself. They could be buying back monkeys so that they could do potential giveaways or invite, celebrities into their ecosystem. It could also be an exchange or a marketplace. In Solana, when you list something for sale, it leaves your wallet and it goes into the marketplace's wallet, and a smart contract maintains the fact that you're the actual owner, and when somebody sells it, the funds go to you, minus whatever the marketplace's cut is and whatever the royalties of Solana Monkey Business is. So there are some extremely bullish indicators. Arguably the most bullish indicator here is the fact that the community is so tight-knit and it's very difficult to get into. If you want to actually see what the community is all about, first of all, join their Discord, and more importantly, get on Twitter. Look at the amount of people that have a Solana monkey as their profile picture. That's going to be a huge indicator of the success. Also check out the fact that they have a DAO, which is called Monkey DAO. That is right. It does not have a Y. You don't spell Solana Monkey with a Y. It's very important to know that. You can follow that on Twitter. That is literally the Twitter handle right there is Monkey DAO. And with a DAO, effectively what you're doing with a DAO is we're saying we're giving ownership of this entire project to the holders, the people who want ownership on how the direction of the project will go, how the funds should be sent becomes a collective at that point, kind of like a democracy. You may have, depending on how you structure your DAO, you may have people who are considered leaders or governors or people who have more sway than the other. But the point is that ownership of project and funds has, for the most part, been delegated to the Monkey DAO, and that's why the community, again, is so tight-knit, is that this is the fact that, everybody wants to be in on it. Now, we are seeing a large influx of celebrities coming into the Monkey DAO and Solana Monkey Business. We've got a Super Bowl winning head coach owns a monkey. We have KSI. We have Steve Harvey. All sorts of big influencers are coming into Solana Monkey Business, and we expect to see more and more people, more and more big name people coming into Solana Monkey Business. This is all speculation again, not financial advice. Do your own research. Explore all of this on your own. Make sure I'm not lying. Do all of that before you spend any money on this stuff. So keep that in mind. All right, Solana Monkey Business, in my opinion, probably is the most dominant force on the Solana NFT, but very close to them, I mean, neck and neck, is something called the Djen Ape Academy. And as I'm saying this, the exchange that they're listed on goes down. Okay, let's bring it back up. So the artwork on now this is what you see me rocking, this is my profile picture, right? It's my YouTube profile picture. It's my Twitter profile picture. If you're not following me on Twitter, you need to get over there because I share a ton of alpha. Alpha is like inside scoop or what we think is going to happen, speculation. It's where we say hey, you should check this out because they're doing something cool. Not financial advice. Do your own research, but this is what I'm going to do. That's what alpha is, and we share a lot of alpha on Twitter in the Solana NFT place. Solana, now Degen Apes are going through a bit of a price dip right now, if you look at their price history. So maybe that means it's a good time to, get in, and maybe I should go in and buy some more floor ones myself. Not financial advice, do your own research. I keep saying that. So, some of these are really aesthetically pleasing to look at. I like the purples on purples, the purple jerseys, the browns on browns, the blacks on blacks. It looks really, really cool. Mine, of course, is a leopard skin. Oh, of course, I'm doing this on Solanart.io. That's Solanart.io. There is a marketplace that I'm going to show you in a minute that kind of has everything, but this is where Degen Apes launched originally, and this is where they probably have the most listings. You can, again, filter by attributes by clicking in here and typing, leopard, for instance. So if I check off the leopard box here, now I see all the leopards that are available. Some of those look like they're steels to me. I really like the leopard print. Another cool skin color is ice. Ice is pretty high value. Those are actually, some of those are pretty affordable too. I should probably get in there. My ice twin, I think, was listed for 500. Yeah, this is my ice twin right there. Plain, but with a Viking helmet. I got to get my hands on that one, but that's way too expensive for me. I really like to see these Pit Viper shades. Those are a really cool gradient look on these Degen Apes. This one is kind of a unique one because their community is they're tough. They don't put up with no guff, man. They live up to the Degen name, but they're a very successful product that has a lot of influencers, including the founders of Solana themselves, rocking the Degen Ape. They love charitable work. They partner with a lot of celebs and made them custom Degen Apes with the agreement that if those celebs were to ever sell it, the funds, the proceeds would go towards a charity, which I think is another really cool thing. So they had a bit of a rocky start. Their launch was, a bit tumultuous. It's going to go down in the history books about how this NFT launch went, but their price action rocketed really, really quick, and they have had some humongous sales for their rare objects. For instance, if you look at the zombie skin apes for a second, those are pretty cool looking if you're into the zombie style. These guys, they're all listed for huge dollar prices. One of them sold recently for over $1 million. It was $1.1 million. They also have the gold skin apes, which I think are considered a little less rare. But they're selling for humongous prices too. I think we're seeing them at 250K, 400K, 500K prices going for sale here. And again, this is like a really cool 3D generative project that did some fun artwork that sold out like super fast. Once I got all the kinks worked out, then, so their community is super tight knit. They do some cool things, like you're seeing this guy right here that kind of looks like a fast food worker. They actually have like a group of the fast food workers that band together, and they call them the McDegens, which I think is really cool. The Leopards have their own Discord channel. The Leos is what they call themselves. They're all kind of a group that bands together. They actually have like memes and stuff. It's really, really cool to see how that community works together. And I'm really excited to see some of the things that they have planned. They've been a little hush-hush about them. They're keeping it close to their chest, but I'm hoping they come up with like some fun games or some fun community events, some fun airdrops and things like that. But we'll see. We'll see what they end up doing. So I like to say that these guys, based on their sales volume, based on people's willingness to hold them and use them as their profile pictures, is a great indicator that this community is going to be around for a long, long time, and that celebs will probably find their way into this project and want to rock them at some point. I feel really bullish about the Djen Ape Academy. Now, the last NFT blue chip that I'm going to talk about is kind of an interesting one. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. Solanalysis. Solanalysis.com is another website that you can go to and view an analysis of all of the projects that are coming up. You can sort them out by attributes, and once you do that, you can actually see their rankings. Wrong color. Let's pick a better color here. You can see their rankings underneath each one of their avatars. So, it's a 10K project, right? I'm pretty sure it's a 10K project. It might be less than that. Let me check real quick. Yeah, 10K, right there on the screen. 10,000 degenerate Ape NFT. So it's a 10K project, so you can find out which ones are in the top rank. Maybe you want to look at it like, I want one that's in the top 25%. You can kind of sort out some attributes and filter it out that way using solanalysis.com. So shout out to solanalysis.com for creating this incredible project. Now, another marketplace where like a lot of NFTs are listed is digitaleyes.market. Now, this is the place that kind of has it all. You'll find Degen Apes, you'll find Solana Monkeys, and then you'll find a lot of projects that aren't listed on their own. You see the top Digital Eyes verified collections. Very important when you're browsing Digital Eyes. You want to make sure that these are verified. That means that we know for a fact that this artwork hasn't been stolen. It's not been just uploaded by some rando. The project itself has worked with Digital Eyes on the smart contract to make sure that the ones that are listed here are actually the actual projects that are intended to be. So I want to give a shout out real quick to Solarians. Now, Solarians, if you go to their website, if you investigate them, they're going to claim that they were the first ones on the Solana blockchain. I have a Solarian. I love my Solarian. And in the works, I believe, is the fact that Solarians holders will be entitled to a % of the revenue generated by digitaleyes.market. That means anything that's sold here on the marketplace here could be entitled to a % of the revenue that's generated by this entire marketplace, because Solarians creators are the ones who are behind this marketplace. Now, again, fact check me on all that. Do your own research, not financial advice. Check it out. Make sure you follow Solarians. That being said, I would not say that Solarians is a blue chip. I would say it's a very, very, very high tier NFT to look into. But in my opinion, community is the big thing right here. And Thugbirdz is absolutely going bonkers right now in the NFT space in Solana. Let's give it a click. Now, when I first saw this, I was like, what? That's kind of plain. But, you start to dig into it a little bit more, especially when you use things like the advanced filters on digitaleyes.market. You start to realize, wait a minute, there's a lot of attributes that might not be totally, they might not stand out to you until you actually start digging into it, like the different color shades that they may have. Do they have a teardrop tattoo? So funny. Beat color. Are they smoking? What are they smoking? Who's their favorite rapper? What color earring do they have? Those types of things right there. So you saw the Thugbirdz that I had. It was on my mural canvas that I had there. And I immediately, I grabbed him because he was purple backwards hat, on a purple background, black shades, black teardrop tattoo, silver earring. I mean, there was a lot going on in that. That was actually a pretty rare bird that I wanted to grab, and I kind of love the bird. Now, when I got that bird, which was like not long ago, it feels like it was only like 7 days ago. Maybe it's a little bit more than that, but like the floor on those birds was like 5 at the time. And now here we are today. Like yesterday, the floor was like 11. Today, the floor is 18.95. We're starting to see influencers and celebs jump into Thugbirdz. For instance, right here, here's Waka Flocka, literally rolled up to the flock and got 2 birds to join the Thugbirdz community. And I mean, now that your eye is trained to look at these things, like I see the silver earring on this kind of tannish bird, which is kind of rare, and I see these spots on the pink bird with a red forwards cap. These are a couple good buys here by Waka Flocka to join the Thugbirdz, and these are the types of things that send the Thugbirdz parabolic. But we jump back to the data itself on Solana floor, and let's take a look at what Thugbirdz have been doing that makes them so special. Let's do show. Give it a second to load up here. Okay, first thing that stands out is there's only roughly 3,300 Thugbirdz in existence, and at the time of this writing, only 14% of the supply is listed. What? This makes me beg the question, why are you listing so low? Like, this is only 14% is listed and you're listing at 18? Man, if I were listing, I wouldn't list that low because the supply is so incredibly scarce and the demand is so incredibly high. Look at this. The number of unique owners. Whoa, through the roof. And look at that. The number of people listing. This thing has all of the things are set up here that if the wind blows the right way, this thing is going to go absolutely parabolic and flat and fast. Look at the price floor action just over like the last 48 hours. I mean, just a humongous jump. Now, of course, we don't have a whole lot of data to like extrapolate the trend right here. 1 week is not really enough to say like this is where it's going, but this is a really strong indicator that the community of the actual Thugbirdz themselves is just bonkers right now. And I absolutely, like, if you tweet that you've got a Thugbird, like your Twitter is going to blow up because they're going absolutely crazy. And I absolutely love Thugbirdz so much that I want more people to be in this. So that's why on my Twitter, I am giving one away at noon today. Actually, I'm giving all 4 of these NFTs away to one lucky winner here. I use a comment picker tool to randomly grab someone that completes, a valid entry here. And that's why I want to see Thugbirdz succeed. Now, I'm glad I bought this Thugbird when I did, because this would be a really expensive giveaway for me. But nonetheless, there we go. So these are my 3 NFT blue chips that I really believe in. Solana Monkeys, I don't know who is going to unseat them and how. Djen Apes have so much to bring to the table with their amazing artwork. I really want to see them ramp up their community work and try and not just tweet so much, but rather like start doing things. Use Bored Ape Yacht Club as a good example. Look at the airdrops that they do. Look at the games that they play. These types of things are. They even have like get-togethers. Like a New Orleans get-together for all the Degen Ape holders or things like that. I think that's really cool stuff that they do that makes the community really special. And then Thugbirdz, man, just keep doing what you're doing. Because whatever you're doing is really working. This is amazing. So these are my 3 NFT blue chips. Now, this is not to say that everything else is not good. I have a lot of other thoughts on all of the other NFT projects that are doing so well in the Solana space. Aurori is an amazing project. Solarians are an amazing project that deserve all the kudos that they get. There's just a lot that I really believe in when it comes to the Solana NFT space, especially with some of the upcoming projects too, and that's why I've got more content to create. This video is running on, and I wanted to just focus on the top 3 NFT projects that I really believed in. So this is the Solana NFT blue chips. Thanks for stopping by, y'all. See you in the next one.